everybody, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I clean my septum piercing. If you have a fresh piercing or a septum piercing, this video is going to be showing you pretty much how to clean it and how to take care of it to ensure a healthy healing process. So the first things first, let's go ahead and get started with what you will need. Here is pretty much everything that I have all set up to clean your piercing. I have everything on a clean tissue. And then I have this little medicine cup, which is what I use to make my little sea salt solution and clean my piercing with. You can use a little cup or a shot glass, whatever works well for you. I also have some clean Q-tips that we are going to be using and a clean washcloth. Always make sure that the washcloth is clean. Then you need two different kinds of soaps. I have an antibacterial soap to wash my hands, and then of course I have my BreeAnn antimicrobial lotion soap to clean my piercing. And then of course you will need your 100% non-iodized sea salt. So let's go ahead and get started. This is pretty much what I look like in the morning. I look an absolute mess, and it is time to clean my piercing and get it ready to go for the day, which means we have to clean it really, really well. So let's get my hair out of my face, and I pretty much just tie that up in a really high bun. So now that my hair is all up and ready to go, the first thing that we have to do before we clean our piercing is to wash our hands. For my hands, I'm using soft soap antibacterial to clean my hands. And, everyone knows how to wash their hands, but do this for a good 2 minutes, say the alphabet, sing a song, do whatever. Just make sure you clean your hands really well, get in between your fingers and your fingernails and all that stuff, because you don't want any type of nasty bacteria on your piercing. Now that your hands are nice and clean, I'm going to be showing you how I clean my piercing with my BreeAnn soap. This BreeAnn soap is something that I very, very highly recommend. You can get it on Amazon for around $5, and I only have a little bit left, so yes. Next, get your face all nice and wet and your piercing wet. Take some of the soap on your hands, and it pretty much just looks like that, just a simple generic soap. Rub it on your fingers, get it nice and lathered up, and then simply do this. Just wash your piercing. Depending on how new or old it might be, just be really gentle. You don't want to hurt yourself. If you have a problem with picking your nose, septum piercings and nose piercings are not for you, because you really want to get up in the piercing and clean it, especially in the in the holes especially. Also, if you can, don't force it. If you can, try to move your piercing a little bit. When I filmed this, my piercing was about a week old, so I just got to be really careful with moving it. But if you can, that's totally fine. And then just rinse your face off after you are doing that. You're going to want to clean it with the soap for about 60 seconds. And then of course, just carefully pat your face dry. And then getting all the water out from underneath of my nose and straightening that little baby up, and then taking a clean Q-tip and just drying off the piercing, because when you do clean your piercing, you want to make sure that you wash it well, rinse it well, and of course dry it off really well. So that is what this Q-tip is for. Now if you're going to be cleaning it with sea salt, this is what the sea salt looks like. You always got to make sure that it's non-iodized. Then I'm taking, like I said in the beginning, a medicine cup, which is what I always use to clean my piercings. Every time I get a new one, I always have a new medicine cup. So I pretty much just take a little bit of the sea salt and I put it into the cup. So, you want to make sure it's about 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, and then the rest with hot water. So I just kind of put it in there, just kind of go off my eye of guessing, and that looks like enough to me. So then I just fill it with really, really hot water, as hot as I can stand it, because that's what I prefer personally. And then you just mix it up really well. Then take a clean Q-tip on one side and really get up in there and clean around the piercing. And then when you go to switch sides, make sure you flip the Q-tip to the clean side. You do not want to use the same side of the Q-tip for both sides of the piercing, because you're just transferring bacteria back and forth. I do this about 2 times. Clean one side 2 times, clean the other side 2 times, and so on and so forth until it's clean. Always making sure that you switch Q-tips. You never want to use the same Q-tip. And if you wanted to do a sea salt soak, what you would do is you would take 2 Q-tips, dip it in your mixture, and then simply hold the sides of the Q-tips on your piercing on each side for about 5 minutes. This is pretty much how you can do a sea salt soak for your septum piercing. I've only done this a couple times and it is really effective and it does feel really good. Everyone has their own preference, but this is just what I like to do. So if you need to do a nice sea salt soak, this would be a good way to do it. And if, the sides get cold or whatever, you can just switch to the opposite sides of the Q-tip. And that is pretty much how I clean my septum piercing. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. If it was, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you very soon. Bye guys!